Hey, what's up, party people? I'm out here just finished a really good workout, and I just had something I want to bring to your attention. I thought about we as people, we get into habits, and we just work one thing. Like you'll see guys in the gym, and you can tell when you see them. All these work their chest, all they do is work their abs, everything you can see, the stuff on the front, the biceps, everything on the front. And they walk around with their shoulders together like this right here because they tight, creating imbalances. You're strong in one area and you get taken out of your comfort zone. It's just all crazy. But the secret is, when you work opposing forces, you create balance and it looks better. What I learned in bodybuilding and working out, and I apply these principles and theories and ideas that I have to life, and it fits. And it works for me. What I found out was just working your chest, you limit yourself. You're only going to get so big. And you create imbalances, muscle imbalances, that can throw your whole system out of whack. But when you work the chest and the back, now your chest grows and your back gets bigger. You're creating balances. I'll teach y'all something real quick. So, if you can see me. When you're working out, you want to keep your back arched. Your shoulders back, chest out. Because when you're in good form, you can squeeze your chest together. I'm older, but you can still see that squeeze. See how that chest squeeze together? When you open your chest up, you give it something to wrap around. That's how you work your chest. When your chest collapses, at first you can work your chest. When it collapses, all you're doing is working your arms. There's no squeeze in the chest. It's all arms and shoulders. Same thing with the back. When you arch your back, when you arch your back and you pull, you got something for your chest, something for your back to wrap around. It can squeeze when you're arched. When you collapse, same rules apply. There's no squeeze in the back, and all you're working is your biceps and your arms. So it's balance, form, technique. So when you apply these rules of life, when you're having conversations with people, don't get so focused on what you're talking about. Also allow yourselves to be open-minded enough to hear what somebody else is saying so you can have a conversation. You have back and forth. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. That's where telephone calls and face-to-face conversations come into play. If you have an open mind to other ways of being, it develops what you know, as well as introduces new things into your life, new stimuli, stuff you may want to research. Because if you always go off what you know, then you become polarized. You become like we are today. People can't have gray area conversations because everybody's so focused on the white, so focused on the black, on these ideas. Not white and black as people, but ideas. The mind, the brain even functions better with more gray area. And we're missing a lot of those conversations. Me as a gig driver, I'm fortunate enough to where I can ride around and meet people. The other day, I met some guy at the animal shelter. I was out there walking, getting my reading in, getting my steps in, trying to kill, two birds with one stone between calls. And we had like this 35-minute conversation just talking. I did a lot of talking. He did a lot of talking. I did more talking than he did, but he was a younger guy, and I was just schooling him on things that I know, what I've been through in life. And yesterday, I was getting my oil changed in the waiting room. I was listening to this video on, I don't know if y'all know about him yet. People may or may not, Kevin Samuels. And the guy says, "Is that Kevin Samuels?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he started talking to me. We just we bounced ideas off each other. The guy, he's like Latino. He's from, I don't want to say it wrong. He was from a Spanish-speaking country. And he talked about the differences between cultures and how women and men function in their society as opposed to our society. And he talked about how the women knew their place. And there was, in dealing with men. And that was the conversation that we had. Well, part of it was, I'm kind of getting off of what I was talking about earlier, but maybe I'm not. It's kind of like the different these different polarity, different ways of viewing things, and have open ideas and stuff. And I said, I think part of the problem with us and as black people in America is when we hear the word place or subservient or submissive, we think of being enslaved. When playing your part and knowing your role is nothing like that in a relationship, where both parties benefit from the interaction. Like he said, he didn't understand it when he was younger, but when he got over here to America and saw how everything was out of whack, he appreciated that how it was set up, which I agree with, because if you look at it from a standpoint of a team, when you are married, you are a team. So you have the quarterback, you have the wide receiver, you have linemen, you have coach, you have different positions, and everybody can't play every position. Not at the same time. Quarterback got to throw, wide receiver got to catch, and then the lineman got to block. Sometimes maybe a flea flicker. The quarterback may toss the ball to the wide receiver, and the wide receiver throws to the quarterback, and they change their positions. But at the end of the day, they function as a team, and no one gets upset because they know their role within that on that team. And like, as I get back to like the bodybuilding, 5 pounds is 5 pounds all day long. It didn't get any. People getting heavy. It ain't getting heavier. It's your muscle may fatigue. Your mind might not be right for that day to get that weight. It's just still the 5 pounds, still the 10 pounds, still 25 pounds. The weight don't change. You may change how you see it, your perspective. But just bringing it full circle, meeting other people, entertain different ideas you may even you may really disagree with, but hearing it from a different perspective or have someone else say it another kind of way may open you up to, well, okay, I see that. I may not agree with it, but I can understand where you're coming from, and that opens up the conversation, allows people to talk. We got to get away from, and I don't like into that what we shouldn't do. I think it would be better for us if we could get more into having those open-ended conversations. So that's it. That's about 7 minutes. Yeah, about 7 minutes now. So I'm going to let y'all go. Thanks for spending your time. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. I'm out. Peace.